Yeah, Galaxy Racer have some of the better voice lines as well. So if they're not spamming them out in this game, like I don't know what's going on there.
Serious business, my friends.
Yep, money on the line.
Smart Omega pick up the Mars. No, I wouldn't really consider that to be a denial pick because I don't really see Galaxy Racer playing in mid, and they already have their offlaner, Darkseer. So, seems like actually I don't. What is the purpose of this Mars in this draft?
I mean, it just gives them another way to start team fights, right? That's the one thing that Galaxy Racer are kind of lacking a little bit, is that the team fight start is very slow. You know, all you need is a few sentry wards, and an X-Assassin isn't really all that impactful. So, I mean, are they going to go all in into, like, setting themselves up behind their own objectives and then trying to turn things around? We shall see.
And now a Spectre on the board, which means that this Phoenix just got way more value out of the Sunray.
And Shadow Demon is hating himself right now as well, on top of that. I mean, it's pretty rare that you want to, well, you're going to be able to save the disruption for, you know, someone else in the game. I mean, that's really what the use of the Haunt is in this particular one. Just take out that Shadow Demon super early on, or at the very least, force him into using a defensive disruption to just maybe live. And we'll see if Lion's on point with his positionings, because of course, with the Haunt, you can actually get rid of those Spectre illusions with the mana drain, with the Hex, if you're super quick on the trigger finger.
We'll see. What is the
like an in your dream hero,
typical?
Though, you know, just,
okay, so I've asked this on like multiple panels
leaned
now,
so
but,
much more into
we see Blade Mail and we
carry.
see Echo Saber as like the
game.
two.
He was always kind of greedy in the mid lane, I felt, and this fits his playstyle so much more. Ember Spirit still in the pool.
Did my mic died?
I mean, it gives them a way to start fights, which is nice. I mean, I guess Spectre does as well, but you know, just multiple ways to get in onto the backlines is always a big plus for mine, especially after we just saw that masterclass support performance come out from the SMG supports in Rogi and Arfu.
Okay, wait. We might be having some audio issues, friends. Hold on just a second. We were trying to sort this out. I don't know who can hear me. I don't know who can't hear me. It's okay.
I can.
Okay, wait.
I can hear Tsunami.
I can hear people. There we go.
Okay, I think we're good.
Oh my god! Well, what a good time to come back, because we have a Meepo picked up.
We have a Meepo.
Galaxy Racer. Not last pick overall as well, which is a little surprising. You know, they're going to be able to maybe sort of counter this.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and it's like mid Meepo carry Spectre. That's like the greediest possible thing I could imagine.
We're back as well. Our audio.
Yeah, I wonder how this is gonna fare between Galaxy Racer with the cause. I mean, you got Spectre on Meepo, like you said, it's very greedy, but it's something they're comfortable on. Like, this is the cheese that we saw in our previous series that was getting banned out consistently against Lilgon, and but it's an Alacrity specialty.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess it kind of explains the Pango ban as well, but you got one last pick. They need to figure out a carry hero that could potentially deal with somehow a Meepo and a Spectre. Or maybe just one that can end the game early, because neither of these heroes can really deal with a quick push. So maybe Smart Omega should just look at a sub 30-minute GG strategy.
And it's not often that you see a Meepo come out, and then on top of that, it's not often that you see it before the absolute last pick of the draft. So, you know, how many times do you see people actually get a response to it? Could we see like a carry Tiny, perhaps?
Carry ET?
Oh. Oh. Let's go. Pull something out of the hat. I mean, Galaxy have gone for this Meepo. You won game. You know, you could potentially go a little bit interesting here, because you still got that, you know, back off potential in the second game. I want to see what they go for.
5 seconds. Clock's ticking. Hey, let's go for it. Alright, so what are the lanes gonna be? Okay, Max playing the Templar Assassin, so it is a safe lane carry. Tino,
please be
ET.
carry. Please
you can't.
carry.
Don't. I swear to God, if they make Mars.
It has to.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
What a cool tsunami! Fantastic.
Okay, so it's good against Spectre as well. Being able to mitigate all of her armor, slap her down. The spell immunity is great as making yourself a competent egg hitter as well. I guess the only question is, how does the lane go? You're a safe lane ET. Your support is going to be a Shadow Demon, and you're going up against a Darkseer Nyx Assassin.
It's not amazing, but you know what? Just ET things, right? Once you're level 3, you've just got so much damage that you're able to deal with. I wonder if we should message Fogged and just be like, hey, you might want to tune in to Beyond the Summit, because he is a bit of an ET stan, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he always advocates for the carry potential. I also really hope that Tino has the new Immortal with the fist, because that would look so satisfying. He does? Okay, perfect. Hell yeah. I want to see him just sock this Meepo in the face, because you have to know what you're getting yourself into if you don't last pick a Meepo. They 9th picked it. They banned out the Pango, which was a reasonable ban, but Smart Omega stepping out of the box a little bit, and I'm sure they had to go through all the reserve time to be like, Tino, are you sure? Are you sure you know how to play carry ET? He's like, it's fine. It plays itself. I just need to get a spirit on a few Meepos.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I want a prediction from you. How much damage maximum do you think that this ET is going to get up to at any point in the game?
The problem is that they need to end the game kind of quick, and so like I don't think that big old team fights are going to happen. And if they do, then that means that Smart Omega is probably going to lose. As great as it is to see ET do big damage, but I'll say more than the damage, I want to see like how many seconds of spell immunity he's going to get off of all these Meepos. But let's say 800. I say he gets up to like 800. But you know, numbers can only tell so much. Look at this man with a fist. He's got a vendetta against this Meepo, and I can't wait to see how it goes down in game number 1.
Thank you, Tsunami, man. Danog, what is this draft? What have we got? We got a Meepo Spectre. We've got an Elder Titan on Tino. This is what we love to see. Some heroes that are going to be able to battle it out. This is going to be an incredible game. How are you feeling about this one? Are we on the Omega train, or are we on the Galaxy Racer train?
You gotta go for the carry ET. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a big fan of Galaxy Racer. I think their organization is great. They got a lot of great people playing for them, and they're on an upward trend, like we were saying before. But goddamn, is it going to be exciting to see this man with his Thanos Infinity Gauntlet just punching kids.
I am
some respect coming out in the old chat already.
I am very intrigued though to see how the lane's gonna fare. Like we were saying, like this is gonna be the question mark. Is a Darkseer usually gains some melee matchups with also a position 4 melee hero, and Mizu plays the Darkseer at an incredible level. We were seeing constantly that Galaxy Racer through the Loopbet Pro Series, they were winning their lanes with this duo. But like Tsunami also said, Omega yesterday, they were winning all their lanes as well. So this is going to be an exciting matchup.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, is the game basically won for Omega at the 25-30 minute mark? Because we've seen it time and time again. I don't want to say they crumble, but their prowess outside of the laning stage and early to mid game is so much stronger than their late game decision making. So are they going to be able to close it out? We shall see.
And also kind of taking a look at it, like we brought up how long he's going to be magic immune for, that's going to pay pretty well off here to deal with the Supernova. So we'll see how ET's attack speed is going to be towards the later stages, because they don't have the greatest way to kill that egg. So you know, maybe Tino, the Ags, and attack speed, item for say, might even go Echo Saber. That's going to help out a little bit, but but late, they traded Impale for Earthspike, and it was a double stun for both the teams there. Funny to watch.
That's how even they are, you know, they're even trading spells.
Alright, well, how do we feel like this matchup is going to fare mid, though? The Mac Templar Assassin versus Alacrity's Meepo. Is this just going to be kind of a farm fest, or anticipating something else?
Let's just have a quick look at their items. I mean, he's not going to be going for any kind of kill threat. That's always the case when you've got a TA, right? Meepo, he has a good amount of armor, so the Blightstone is not going to do all that much. I think, yeah, it's just going to be about farming. You've got a Shadow Demon on one side, you've got a Phoenix on the other, so probably a couple of the best stackers in the entire game.
And then we take a look down bot. Mizu and Yokam, the duo, Mizu, we're seeing a lot more of the early vacuum level, the Dark Siren, if that's able to come into play. This does seem like this is going to be quite the brawling lane down bot, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, he's probably even going to put 1 point into the natural order super early on, just because you want to make sure that you're spamming out that Astral Spirit, basically off cooldown. Might wait for level 3 until he pumps out the next one, but you don't have the mana pool to be using that Echo Stomp a lot, and you also don't want to be spending your gold on mana to make sure that you can do that. So I think he's just going to try and get the most out of the lane without having to use too much mana. You've even got Jokam, who's just used his mana burn onto CML, so even that mana drain is going to keep him completely drained. He can just turn that onto Tino as well. I think that's going to be a pretty key thing for him. Not even waiting for level 3, he just runs through him.
Just charging. And lastly, up top, In Your Dream, I mean, he played a incredible Spectre performance versus Team Mystery in that low bracket round 1. And see, they actually might catch out Shanks here, who's a bit of no man's land. Polu with that level 2 In Your Dream as well, but they are unable to get that little life remaining there to claim their first blood.
You can see the stacks have already begun. Shanks already has 1 built up. Good movement by Polison, though, to be able to try and scout this one out. You're putting down the preemptive sentry ward as well. Polo's just going to stand himself inside the camp. Sure, he takes that. He'll take the bounty rune as well. It's really nicely done. Hardcap still comes up though, but they know about it. So if at any point there gets to be a kill on that mid lane, we could even see the Meepo try and rotate through and take away that
Mizu, he's gonna fall. CML just getting the stun from long range there with Tino's second point in the Astral. A big damage spike like you were highlighting is gonna enable them to pick up first blood. And also around the triangle, Polosun TP out. Can I get one more right click from Mac? They cannot. The Fire Spirit, nick of time. He's back to safety. Okay, so see the lane's gone pretty well at the moment for Omega. I mean, 1,000 net worth lead. I know it's very early on, but it does feel like, you know, it's going to come down to how these stacks are able to fare as still the action continues down bot. Tino, it's got plus 94 damage, so with that Hex, they'll be able to chase down Mizu. Omega, they're leading the charge in this bottom lane with all their aggression.
Boy. I mean, that's not the way you want this game to start out with Mizu's Darkseer. We were talking about expanding his hero pool a little bit, perhaps, throughout these TI qualifiers, but Darkseer was one of those ones that he was spamming out with pretty good effect, but dying a couple of times in the super early laning stage. Not what you want, having used that TP as well. He's going to have to walk his way all the way back to lane, and Nyx Assassin, he's not one of those ones that takes massive advantage of all of these levels when you compare it to the likes of, you know, a Shadow Demon, a Lion, a Phoenix. Those are the ones that are more happy to just sit in the lane, and it's even forced him all the way back to the jungle. He's jungling already.
I guess if there's... Yeah, this is really worrying, actually, because you take a look at Dire, like the greedy heroes they have, the Spectre, Meepo, who's making the plays this game? It really felt like that early damage was going to come down to the levels on the Darkseer. But a jungle, I guess it does give Yokam some solo experience, so maybe a faster level 6, we could see that Vendetta be an X factor here for Galaxy Racer to maybe get a couple pickoffs, but the stacks are already being claimed from Mac, and he is loving life already. Top of the last hits.
Does it even give him that solo experience, though? Because I feel like in this 2v1 situation, again, they're just going to leave Tino alone. He doesn't even care about, you know, anyone moving on towards him. Nyx Assassin's not going to be able to pressure him, and if he moves too far forward, he could just straight up die. Went in to check if there was any ancient stacks on the other side. Not going to be the case.
CML is in a peculiar spot right now. If you're Cam, unfortunate about the nighttime. Oh, does he see him? The Iron Shell's about to expire though, so this kill is going to get a little bit more difficult. I say that. No, he's got the damage though. 2 points in the Impale. Extra 60 damage from the second level is going to help him to find a nice little solo kill.
To turn things around a little bit, the main concern for mine is just still this Elder Titan. You know, he's going to be sitting down on this bottom side, just farming away, perfectly happy. Got the phase boots already, he's going to build into the Echo Saber and most likely just straight Ags after that.
He's loving life on Tino. He's got I really care. 204 damage. And he doesn't have any stacks at the neutrals as well. So you could see if they had some stacks there. Of course, he's probably not the greatest clearer. And especially against a Darkseer, you're going to be a bit worried. So not going to prioritize that. But he is loving his life. And even taking a look at the CS. I mean, 75 on TA, 70 on Meepo. And then the second... on either team is the ET on 37. So there's such a difference from these position twos, and it just highlights how they're looking to play this early game. But in fact, it's Alacrity that's getting involved a little bit earlier on. Mac's going to try and mirror the movement up top, but the TA's impact with the damage is not going to shine compared to Alacrity's Meepo. As the banishment gives Sam H a little bit of extra protection. He's also got the level 6 already up and available, as In Your Dream will fall. They're going to lose Polo Sun as well. So Omega pick up a great double kill up top.
That is scary. You can't be going... Well, so you can't be going this greedy lineup and dying all the time, but that's kind of what greedy lineups do, right? You can give up the laning phase, but if you've got this good early aggression like we know Smart Omega has, then you're going to find yourself in a pretty rough spot. And it's not like they don't have the potential to really transition to be this mid-game powerhouse either. You've got a TA. You've got this Elder Titan that's going to have, what did Tsunami say? 800 damage?
I also wonder how In Your Dream is going to look to itemize this game. Against Team Mystery, he opted for the Blade Mail. Absolutely loved that build, as he was able to recognize that he was going to get shoved out of the lane early, so we needed to catch back up in the jungle, max out Dispersion with the Blade Mail. He also didn't put a level in Haunt, but this time recognizing he's probably going to need a little bit more impact here and won't have that capability of just, playing as greedy as possible in the jungle solo. So I wonder if we might see that Echo Saber, which does allow him to get involved a little bit earlier.
I think you can go Blade Mail into Echo Saber. Blade Mail just basically gives you a lot of teamfight threat, and it allows you to take Ancients, whereas, Echo Saber's basically only good if you're constantly chasing the enemy team. I guess that's decent when you've got a Darkseer with the Surge, but it's just countered out by the Shadow Demon. So I feel a lot more stronger about Blade Mail first item.
See, just continuing to farm here Omega, 2,000 net worth lead. Templar Assassin going for the Dragonlance as the first item. We saw this hero an immense amount at the major. We haven't seen it. Oh, actually, down bot, the outpost. Galaxy Racer, they're going to be able to hit back. They do have to drop the wall for the kill, but yeah, Mizu is going to be happy with that, at least getting something out of the map here.
And just even gives him the... do you reckon that's Bance? That's cheeky Bance just saying, like, I was lagging and I still killed you, buddy. It's nice to have.
That's where you drop the voice line before you DC. Like, there's definitely room for improvement here if you're trying to do the good old BM.
I'm just waiting for this action to kick off. It's probably going to happen straight after, like, maybe level 9 on Tino. Maybe wait for 10. Yeah, go for the 10 when you've got the extra either movement speed or attack speed. Both are perfectly fine this game. But it's that Echo Saber timing that you really want.
Yeah, I wonder if he does
Even just the synergy with Arena, right?
Yeah. They've got... Yeah, now with this last pick, I was highlighting that kind of Galaxy Racer, that team fight felt a little bit better with all their AoE control, but that Mars getting answered, the ET as well, definitely means that they aren't as focused on the single target that they were in the earlier phase of the draft.
Mac, he's already rotated up towards this top side. He's gone the Dragonlance, Against a Meepo, he's just like, you know what, you want to build the Dragonlance? I can do it too, buddy. And he's using that to pressure down this tower a little bit. Again, it's just the case of trying to take away as much of that map presence that you can, start to invade, start to take away a lot of this farm potential that you have on Alacrity, as well as the Spectre. Decent levels up, though, on Alacrity. He's level 10. It's against the level 11 on Mac, though, but I think that's just due to about... I think there was about a 5 stack of Ancients.
Yeah, they heavily prioritize the Templar Assassin, and I guess it also helps as well when you've got someone like a Shadow Demon who's able to make some very, very easy stacks, but the level 6s are going to need to come into play here from the Galaxy Racer supports. Hopefully that Tome is able to help out, as Polo just hits the 6, and Nyx is pretty close to the Vendetta as well, so we might be able to see them actually take a fight here pretty shortly if Omega try and opt for one.
Yeah, I mean, having the Supernova is just going to be great against the TA. Of course, you've already got the Fiery Spirits, you got the Icarus Dive, and then the Supernova beyond that. Means that the...
Mid lane, here we go.
A kill here. Might be Lion going down, though.
Great arena. Locks them back so they can't follow up on CML, and goodbye. Meepo
TP'd into that.
bursted into the ground. They'll drop the finger. And that is a quick two-man pick off there in a Mega. This is a great sign for this lineup. You know, some heroes that are able to get involved very early on and take objectives. And you see, I mean, the Spectre nowhere to be seen compared to the Elder Titan position 1.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
She even got. She hasn't bought anything. Hasn't, like... Is she going to go a Radiance?
No way. That
Not against
this
the Shadow
game's
Demon,
over.
surely.
There's no way. No.
Well, she's holding on to 1,500 gold. Like, you need to use that to accelerate your farm. You need to make a decision in your dream. Like, it's going to be good against the Elder Titan pre-Ags, and it's going to be decent against the TA as well, but not with a Shadow Demon against you.
And something you were bringing up in the draft as well is that top lane in your dream. It's a sidestep to the western side away from CML, but the Astral is hunting. Gets the Stomp just out of range. CML, oh, he can cut through the nook of the tree line there. Very nicely done. They're going to be able to catch out in your dream. That's your second death of the game. And all that gold not coming into play. It looks like he has finally bought the Oblivion Staff.
Alright. He's made a decision. He thinks that they can chase with the Darkseer. I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. You know, like, they're already behind. You need some sort of way to farm, and I feel like Echo Saber doesn't do it. They're going all in onto these team fights. Maybe they're just going to give up one, and hopefully they only lose one, maybe two heroes on their lineup, and then they're just going to go again after that. Try and re-engage with these relatively long cooldowns that you've got super early on in the Finger of Death, in the, not so much Arena of Blood, but Earth Split is kind of long.
Bio? Coming on over with a couple of their heroes. We do see the Aghanims are also being queued up here. Mizu's looking for his Yokam as well, so they want that burrow as early as possible. They're going to run into Sam H, but if he's aware of the health pool, he's going to see this Iron Shoal ticking him down without any hero nearby. It looks like Dire are able to surround the Mars. It's a great arena, followed up with the Earth Splitter, so they have to react with a Supernova. It's just going to stop any more aggression that might come through to utilize the great arena.
What's that Earth Splitter? Is that
That's
because
the new,
of the hand?
Yeah, the new Immortal, I believe.
Look like a buzzsaw going along the ground.
It's kind of cool, honestly. I always the ET. I've been wanting to smack him down. Now you got a big old hand to do it. Oh, were they actually thinking about Roche? Mac? He's got Deso already. Ay, ay, ay. Should be Roche on. Like some decent traps nearby in the vicinity. The double meld along with the Deso. They might have actually just seen the illusion pop out of the pit there.
Can they kill this ET? That's the key question.
It's like Alacrity.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, he's got the damage. So what has this Meepo got? Double Dragonlance close on the blink. But they are going to be down ages though.
Something that they were willing to trade, of course, against a Meepo. It is something that you need to try and take away from the enemy team. When you get in a 13.5-minute Desolator, it helps, of course. But again, it was one of those necessary trades. You couldn't just have no one revealed on the map, because they still do have some decent team fight in Galaxy Racer. Supernova, it was on cooldown, but Sunray, good. Vacuum, Wall, great. Haunt, of course. I mean, do you think that's the way that Galaxy Racer are going to come into this one? Because they're already at a 4K disadvantage.
I mean, if you're going to come into this one, you need to protect your Spectre. Great smoke maneuver from Omega. Apollo's going to try and get in range for the Sunray. In your dream, actually still alive somehow, but he will fall. Got some boys in the back up here. Alacrity. Has he got the blink online just yet? No. He hasn't got it completed, actually.
Can they get a back wall here?
Izu. Great position. Onto two. They'll drop the wall. Supernova still on cooldown for a couple of seconds. Going to be available now, but even Max showing up, so Alacrity has got to get out of dodge. But unfortunately for Galaxy Racer, he's like, brother, we don't have that capability to get away as easily. Or maybe a Surge. And they're actually not going to continue chasing because they've caught Alacrity up top. as Tino drops the Earth Splitter, and that is a big kill to find. Meanwhile, still down to the bottom side, Shanks will get caught out. So in your dream, a little bit of bounty gold coming back towards the Spectre, but we're seeing this ET counter the Meepo come into play.
I mean, I'm just trying to think of some of these timings coming through. It would be probably Yasha on In Your Dream will combine together with the Ag Scepter and the level 12 on both the Darkseer and the Spectre. That's really the big way that I can see them trying to make something out of this game, because you'll have the level 4 Sunray at that time as well. It is a big power spike. Is it going to be enough? That's the key question, because, well, guess who's only about 1,000 gold away from his own Aghanim Scepter? It is going to be Tino.
That is very... Ooh. I know someone's in the tree line. That side blade. Gonna have a quick old pause. You know, speaking about the Ag Scepter, you were bringing up the Shadow Demon break potential as this game gets later on, and now he is very farmed actually. 1, 1, and 3 is the highest net worth out of all the supports. He already has 2 components as well of the Aghanims, and once that break is able to come into play, it could be a very, very big nuisance here for Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, for sure. Not having to worry about that dispersion at all. Hell, I mean, it's not that much, but even getting rid of the Ransack against the Meepo can be nice if you find the right one to focus down. But, looks like the lags, for whatever reason, within the C server, you know, sometimes it feels like it's a hamster running on a wheel. Sometimes it's working perfectly smoothly.
Alright, back in. Let's see how Galaxy Racer want to try and mount a defense here at the tier 2, if they even opt to do so. Aghanim's completed. They're actually going to opt to, because Mizu did just complete a bit of a power spike item for him. But Ken will try and start with a stun. Really found the angle just yet. Gonna lead in. Back. Great use of the stun. Supernova dropped as well. This is the first life on Mac. Where's the answer though from Omega? They need to try and protect him, but the Echo Stomp's already been used to disrupt the fight. They'll drop the arena. Sunray as well. Mac's just getting burnt to a crisp and he's gonna lose his life. A 1-for-1 trade as they lose Alacrity. But now you can follow one forward for more. The tiny
Tino as well.
Tino, yeah, he's just gonna drop.
I would have to say that is probably on Sam H. He was sitting there with a regen bottle, with no mana, when you're sieging a tower, lots of heroes not showing on the map, and he only chooses to pop it right towards the end. It was the Supernova damage over time that actually ended up cancelling it, so he only had enough for the arena and a God's Rebuke. Couldn't get the spear off, and that was enough for them to be able to focus down the TA and then the Elder Titan. So, just a little bit of disconnect coming through there. Would have been a lot better for Omega Esports, and being able to kill that TA is huge.
Yeah, it is. That's the first death of the game here for the Templar Assassin. Do see Alacrity is falling a little bit behind on the Meepo though, so that Ag's timing that he was looking for, it's slightly getting delayed.
He got he's got 2 components. It's not horrible, and there's no power down here, so he feels like he can farm relatively unopposed.
Now the thing about the Spectre, like if he does get a lot of space this game, the supports are not going to have a fun time at all. You know, the Spectre is going to eat them up. I mean, a Shadow Demon Lion, maybe Shadow Demon can delay it for as long as possible with the banishment, and maybe Lion, depending on what item it goes for. CML's got about 2k queued up, so we'll probably see that blink pretty early on, maybe into a Ghost Scepter next, just to allow himself to survive against the Spectre, but yeah, if this does go on here and In Your Dream can get some items, then the supports really have to be wary.
It's a big if, though, right? Like, you've got Shanks, who's, you know, luckily enough, his team was able to pick up a Philosopher's Stone for himself, so only about 500 gold away from that Ags. It's a risky prospect, right? Like, you even put that Iron Shell onto someone, you've got this Ag Scepter, you've spent 4,200 gold into an item that's meant to massively buff up your team, and it just gets dispelled.
Go Cam. He's going to run through with the chap sprung. So important when you're against an Invis hero. You need Observer Ward sentries in the choke points to be able to scout out that maneuver from the Nyx Assassin and also the Meepo. So again, they spring the trap, get a kill, and continuing to look to provide a little bit of pressure on this tier 2 top, as they should be able to find the first tier 2 of the game. And now it's going to be able to open up the outposts.
They didn't need just one Sentry War, they wanted to guarantee it. Double Invis reveal with the double Sentries being
Extra
dropped.
power.
Unlimited power. Wonder if Sam H has had a bit of a talking to, say by Max saying, "Bro, just don't let me die again, all right? Like we had this. That should have been an easy tier 2 for us." But speaking of his team, and all these Ag Scepters about to come out. 100. Nope, never mind. Shadow Demon's finished his, and Elder Titan about 200 gold away. He'll look to take the stack. He's also got the Tome of Knowledge purchase for himself, and well, that plus 25 Astral Spirit hero attack is sure going to be nice in all of these team fights.
Oh, wow. Some big timings getting picked up. Even for Dire as well. I mean, Aghanim's just completed, but you go through all the items from Radiant. Shadow Demon Aghanims, Blink on Lion. The TA hasn't used that 9-second BKB. ET, like you were saying, Aghanim's almost 15. We are going to have a big old brawl about to break out. So see, Smoke Up, Galaxy Racer. How are they able to drag this angle towards a fight mid? They've got a pretty decent observer ward, but it looks like a mega. They did scout that out with their own observer right next to the tier 2 mid. So they're going to opt for another angle here and play around the high ground.
Alright, so how many Meepos are there at the moment? I think there's 3. Yes, there's 3 Meepos. So there's... Hold on. AU Mass coming through. 7 heroes on the Galaxy Racer side. With this Aghanim Scepter, you have
the illusion bait.
Oh, no! You have a potential 14 seconds of spell immunity on this Elder Titan if he hits everyone with that Astral Spirit. So maybe only like a 3-second downtime if he hits absolutely everyone, and that's going to even increase further. Provided we stand gets leveled up to level 3.
Galaxy Racer on the high ground. Instant smoke. Mac, keep in mind BKB. Smoke's gonna pop. They drop the wall. The fact it's on 4. The combination now with the Supernova to the eastern side. Are they able to bring it down? Mac's gonna try and turn with the BKB as well. The Supernova's gonna end up popping. A 1-for-1, but the buybacks are coming through. Instantly on top of the backline. Spectre trying to deal with Shanks, but in the river, they'll kill him off. The Templar damage too strong to deal with. But Alacrity, this Meepos had a free fight as Galaxy Racer hit back. What a vacuum combination. They're still looking for more though. Tino, he's gonna be careful here. Or maybe he doesn't. Tino's ET chunk in your dream. Goodbye. He'll kill off the Spectre. He's still gonna be careful though, because the magic immunity finally comes through. But guess what? Yokam is able to stalk him out. They'll lose the ET 5 down when it's all said and done with.
I was honestly like, I wasn't looking at the middle of that team fight, and then when I look up and I see all of these Omega heroes dying, I was like, what the hell is happening? Because Tino was just on the backline. He basically 3-hit Mizu. Like, he was sitting on about 450 damage with that Echo Saber. He made him, I want to say he made him not have an impact in that team fight, but if you can land a 4-man vac wall, I think your impact has been just fine.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Blink as well now completed. We see, I mean, the influx of gold they're just able to pick up there. Ag's completed on the Nyx. Spectre, Manta just completed. Unfortunately, he did die. So in your dream, not really able to reap the rewards off that fight. But this has now swung this game back even.
BKB really coming in clutch, though, for the TA in particular, meaning that he wasn't under the effect of any kind of attack speed slow. They were able to deal with the egg. I feel like if that egg pops off, you get that extra set of
Smoke up.
Supernova. Wasn't enough, though.
So they can find the jump. One of the higher ground scouts at Polo. He did buy back previously. Yokam gonna try and disrupt this. The back on the high ground. Max stuck. No. Let's see if the long range for the Templar Assassin's gonna come into play. A BKB protecting him from the short duration. Now with the arena drop, they're controlling Alacrity. They've got the Supernova, but it's too far away. Alacrity will fall. Max battling it over against the illusions, but now he has to go against the Spectre as well. As they're able to chase him down, they'll kill off Shanks. 3 will fall from Omega, and now the rest of them have to retreat back to safety. Mizu, his Darkseer. What a fight.
I'm pretty sure they 2-hit that Meepo as well. Like with those, with just the TA and then the Elder Titan with the final hit with all of that minus armor onto him. But Sam H, you've got a Spectre running out your face. Oh, the DD, it's not going to be enough. Roche is up.
Are they not going to Roche with the DD and Manta? I feel like you have...
It wasn't up at the time.
Oh, okay.
They cleared out the TA trap, so they don't know 100% on Omega's side if it is available. A little surprising, yeah, maybe just wanting to clear the tier 1 tower. It's always going to be a threat, though, with this this TA, with the Elder Titan, of course. It's dead even, though. Again, this is C Dota in a nutshell. 25 minutes in, 31 kills. This is what the chat loves to see.
It's what we love to see as well. I mean, two incredible teams with one life remaining here to make it to a $40 million tournament, the biggest tournament of the year. TI10 looking to be the second representative for the Southeast Asia region, where T1 are already standing there, and they want that pride. You want to be there, the showcase for these players. And with a game like this is just showing the TI specialty that we always get time and time again every year. It's so dead even right now in this game, and with team fights like this, I cannot wait to see what more is going to break out here. It does look like a mega. Oh, they want to bring the fight to Galaxy Racer. Let's see how this smoke, the angle they can opt for. We saw what happened previously. You're around this high ground. You got to be careful.
Stay away from the very high ground. At least, you know, maybe the Phoenix can get away with it. He can just dive on away. But everyone else, just be careful. He could even get speared up there by the Mars. Could this be the most value Spider Legs game of all time?
Just making sure. Who's got... Wait, who...
That Elder Titan. I want that speed. I want to be able to not care about any kind of terrain. Just make a beeline for those supports in particular.
Do you like that he's... Do you like that Tino's going BKB? Yeah, that's like...
it wasn't enough for him, you know? He's like, look, a potential 14 seconds just isn't enough. I need that extra loot.
No, sir. Which is... Oh, you're okay? I mean, killing the Knicks with Burrow is always a difficult prospect. Which team would you feel more comfortable being on right now, 27 minutes in the game, with how dead even it is?
As a player or as my team's prospects? Because against this TA and Elder Titan, honestly, even against the Meepo and the Spectre, as a support player, I am terrified. I don't want to go anywhere near any of these team fights. It's so hard to say, honestly. Like, it's going to depend on who takes this next Roche fight, and it's just going to go down to these minor things, these positionings, like we were talking about before. Do you have enough mana to get off your full combination and prevent your core from dying, like SamH did around that tier 2 top? That could be the difference.
And the scary prospect as well is the fact that In Your Dream is actually his third in net worth. Like, yes, he's about, what, almost 4,000 gold behind the Templar Assassin. The fact that Spectre is at almost level 20, Skadi about to be completed, these supports are going to have a super difficult time to be able to deal with In Your Dream. And that's going to be the priority here for the Spectre. Just take away the backline from Omega, a lot of their control, and kind of their solo burst as well with that finger. So very, very important to see how In Your Dream is able to kind of take these fights.
It's not often that you see a Spectre playing this scared. You know, he's just died way too many times. He hits up onto his level 20 though, so he's going to get that little bit of extra. Actually goes for the Spectral Dagger slow and bonus. Not the HP. I feel like he's getting kind of blown up in these fights.
Yeah, I wonder that health could have been pretty nice here just before the Skadi is completed, but see how that's able to fare for In Your Dream Spectre. You know, also a player who was just shy of TI once. He finished third in the qualifiers, and he's looking to try and get prime position here with this Galaxy Racer roster. If they can take down Smart Omega, maybe we'll see him for the first time at TI.
I've just been watching In Your Dream for the past 2 minutes, and he's used Dagger to farm 1 creep wave, and he's farmed 1 hard camp, and beyond that he ran back to base to get more mana. He is terrified at stepping anywhere close to this TA and to this Elder Titan in particular.
Yeah, well, you take a look, this game's, it's a knife's edge right now, what it's on. Like, it's either team, they've tried to make plays, but have been very cautious with their angles. We saw smoke previously from Omega. Now the angle, though, from Galaxy Racer. They don't have too much vision at the moment. Cam gonna run into both of them. Who do they want to start? again! But the banishment, they get the Sunray off. They're burning him down. They're going to be careful. And it's a buyback now, but the Supernova dropped as well. They're not going to be able to bring it down. It's all retreat as a Mega. They'll try and run over to the western side, but the slow is going to come through. Great stun from CML. And now with a double buyback on the support. Down to this Mac. He's called out though. Mac, no. BKB use. Hurricane Pike use as well. They'll try and TP in the Mars, but he's going to cancel that. They know there's no opportunity to protect the Templar Assassin. Galaxy Racer, again, take another incredible team fight. These vacuums from Darksea are so on point. Mizu is popping off.
Oh man, what a series to do it in too. Like, this is lower bracket, this is do or die, and this is Omega, a team that looked very strong against the likes of Fnatic. So with those few pickoffs, you get out 2 buybacks, you get the TA with no buyback. Honestly, this might cause them to give up Roche, because Tino, he needs his level 20. He's finally got it. That 100% cleave is going to be enormous against this Meepo.
How do we feel, though, that the ET is going to fare towards the later stages of this game? Because it looks like we're going to get to that, area. So is ET going to be able to match up versus someone like the Spectre in Ultra Late?
I think so. I think, like, this kind of feels like, at least in terms of their team composition, this is their Ultra Late game. They've been able to get this BKB, you've got the Ags, you've got the level 20 on the Elder Titan, that's all you really want, and then on top of that, he's going for the AC. So keep in mind, you've got that natural aura leveled up to max. So let's have a look. Are there any items right now that are going to give armor directly to Galaxy Race? Because if not, you've already got the Desolator. Do they have an Orb of Destruction or anything like that? Don't believe so, but that plus Natural Order plus AC means that these Galaxy Racer heroes have the potential of being ripped apart.
Dire, you don't want to give up this Roshan, as it's falling in pretty fast already from Mac. Once on cooldown for another 10, Suspect actually has to TP in. See how they can start this.
Sam H putting himself on the front lines.
Can they actually take it? I mean, the ultimate's about to come back up. Mizu again. Vac only onto 2 this time with the BKBs. They get the speed. That's a big target. They'll bring down the Phoenix, Echo Storm, Earth Splitter as well. A much better start to the fight from Omega, but let's see if the buybacks are going to come into play. As Alacrity's going to jump into the cleave. Tino! It rips apart the Meepo. That level 20. Too much for them to deal with. But the Haunt, Supernova. Here come the ultimates. Galaxy Racer, they're going to push them back. But the haste is helping out. As Mac, he's back to safety. In Your Dream gets a killing spree. Both the supports are down from Omega, but they're going to look to reset. A lot has been used. In Your Dream, he still wants blood. As a pushback into the TP, Sam H will be A-OK.
Oh my god. This is... I love Dota. I loved it. Like, we've had 3 really entertaining games today so far, and we're kind of spoiled within the Southeast region because this is business as usual for us,
Yes, sir. I mean, this is a big window now. The ultimates are on cooldown.
30 seconds. Can they stall it out? That's the thing.
Wow.
You need that wall.
I am really surprised they didn't commit heavily about 20 seconds ago. Sam H, blink in, misses the arena.
Oh, the instant.
Now Mizu, Vac, Impale, only finds 1, but the BKB is available from Sam H. Doesn't even matter. They get the Echo Stomp actually, a little bit of space. Spectre's gonna be careful because Tino does a lot of work here. Mizu surges up if need be, but Tino, Phoenix just evaporated. The ET rips him apart.
That's a dieback as well. No Phoenix for a Roche fight? That feels like a very comfortable position to be in if I was Smart Omega.
It's finally...
waiting. They're respecting Mizu.
They are, but they know In Your Dream he's really weak and he's got to be careful. Alacrity as well. We saw what happened previously to the Meepo. Even Mac's going to pop BKB just to make sure. But finally, it's felt like either team has just been playing around Roche for at least the past 5 minutes, if that, maybe even longer. But 34 minutes in, second Roche is going to get picked up. We've got the Aegis on the TA, the Cheese as well. Did we see where the Shard went? Trying to see.
It's in ET's backpack.
Okay.
It's just switched it in. I like it. as a carry, you want to be in on the front lines. So to be able to just switch in positions, it's a self-venge swap, basically. He's going to give it over to, is it TA? I like that even better. You just want to make sure that pre-BKB on this Phoenix, that Sunray is not a factor. So you just want that silence to go off. It doesn't matter how long the silence is for. As long as it interrupts the Sunray, you've pretty much won the team fight.
And another big factor is, one, the trap count increased by 4, but the vision increased as well by 125. This is, we've seen, it's literally all down to the team fights from either team. And if you've got a little bit of extra vision advantage to find that jump, just have the intel to take over a fight, that honestly could just be the X factor. I mean, it always has to be said how vision can turn a game around, and with that shard, that could just be the way.
Whew. 35 minutes, 1k net worth differential. How are we looking for win probability? Honestly, it's pretty even. Honestly, I'd give it about that, just because it feels like it could come down to luck either way with how this one's going.
How's the scaling right
in
now?
your dream, though. He's a big boy.
Oh, yeah.
He's got his own BKB. How often do you see a Spectre BKB?
Not often at all, yeah. High ground ward. Radiant coming over. Got the Aegis advantage. Max showing himself at the moment. Back off here. Looks like not the angle, not the fight they were looking for from Galaxy Racer. They're still going to have the Aegis for another 2 minutes 40 on the Templar Assassin. What is the lane that Omega are going to look to go for to maybe get an objective out of this?
I've already got all the top side, and, well, they don't have control of the outpost, I suppose. It's always going to be so risky, though, right? Like, you know that they're going to start running at you. You know, you've got this lineup, you've got this Aegis. Omega are going to be running at your face, so you need to get a lot more defensive wards up right now on Galaxy Racer. Even got the gem available on Yokem here, so they should be able to scout out if there's any kind of deep vision, deep wards. The traps as well are going to be nice to be able to scout out. Look at that, Yokem is just burrowing himself behind this one. He's saying, you know what, if you come to me, she'll be right.
You see Dire recognizing like the only real positions they can take these fights. You've got the advantage of a Darkseid Vac on the high ground, which has already shown some prowess previously, but you have to group up around a choke point. You've got all this AoE kind of controlled team fight. If you don't play into your strong suits, then it's going to give Omega a big advantage here. So just a recognition from Galaxy Racer that, you know, awareness in a game like this, whoever's, you know, the main leader for them, letting them know, like, this is how we have to take these fights.
You're even going to have about that level 25 on the TA as well, so Melt Hit Bash going to come in pretty handy against the likes of a Meepo. At this stage of the game, you are dealing a lot of your damage just through right clicks, but if you're able to get that lucky cleave off, bash up multiple targets, then that could stop a potential poof combo, maybe save one of your teammates.
Getting into the territory of the tier 4 neutral items as well. See if any of these big ones are able to get picked up to help out through some of their fights. They're a bit split at the moment. Yokem and Mizu playing around the triangle.
What do you think Pino wants? Do you think he wants a Minotaur Horn on top of the fact that he's got a BKB and an Ags just to be Mr. Spellimmune?
Mac. It's a bit away from the team. They also don't have Lion nearby at all. Unable to join them. And Radiant haven't D-warded the high ground. But they're still wary of how they want to take this fight. Closing on the 25 on In Your Dream. Does have to be very careful. Alright,
Here's a way.
The question was the ET next item, was it?
Yeah, I mean, it's really good, the one that he has right now, the Elven Tunic, just for how fast he's going to be able to attack. Of course, he's already got the Echo Saber, he's already got the increased attack speed, and he's cleaving for 100%. But why not the Minotaur Horn? He's already gone all in on the spell immunity. ET is a bit disconnected from the team. They should be able to see the shard. Horn. Where have they gone up to, though? Tino's towards the top side.
Magic community, there's not many heroes nearby, so he's gonna have to try and pop the BKB. Radiant, they're trying to connect towards Tino. He's goddamn tanky, but can they bring him down so far? They're not gonna be able to. Now with the counter, Sam H instantly in. The Phoenix gonna get brought down before the Supernova. Galaxy Racer, that's a must-have hero, but Mizu, can he do it? A back, wall drop, instant BKBs. They're gonna try and look to reset. Earthspike just shy. Nice side step from In Your Dream. They're still hunting. They're on the prowl, up to Shanks. Unable to catch, so Phoenix will fall. Now you have to get the side lane shoved out. You see Meepo already making the movements. Mid and bot getting dealt with.
And all of that movement coming through from the Meepo. Oh.
He got the Minotaur horn on ET. Do you want more Magic Immunity? Like, are you serious? Are you serious?
I love when a plan comes to fruition.
Oh my.
Well, it's going to be useless. If he can't pop it, then all of that spell immunity is useless. And you've now got the Sheep Stick available on Alacrity. So, it's just, again, it feels like this is one of those games. I know Vision's always important, but this one, I'm doubling down on it, right? Whoever gets the more advantageous start to the team fight is going to win it.
Now, what about the Meepo this game? Because we've kind of seen Alacrity, I mean, 4th in net worth. Traditionally, the Meepo is a hero that doesn't scale as well into the late game. Now, Alacrity is a master on the Meepo, but it really feels like we haven't felt the presence of this hero. Do you feel like it might pick up in a spike coming shortly, or do you feel like that presence is kind of going to stay how it has been so far?
I mean, there's always the potential, right? Like, with the Darkseer combinations coming through. Speaking of that, they're just wanting to speed up the frequency of these vac walls. He's got the Spell Prism, he's got the level 20, so minus 30 seconds on that wall of Replica. Pretty deadly to be able to fight every single minute.
I love that pickup. We just saw an Aeon Disc on the Phoenix. That is a incredible item here. We saw the power of it at the Any Major, and now we're going to see it as well here. Just such an important target. If you're unable to keep the Phoenix alive, these past couple of fights a bit favoring Smart and Mega. If they can kill off Polo Sun, now that Aeon Disc is just going to make it a little bit more difficult. As they are smoked up, Radiant trying to connect with the Templar Assassin as well. It's just, we're already at the stage of this game where you cannot be by yourself unless you're a Spectre.
Not a good command over this high ground. They have to move away from this Spirit. Recently placed wards as well. They're going to reveal with that gem. Woo. Overwhelming blink as well. Going to be nice against all the different Meepos.
I really like the gem pickup. I'm not sure how long he's actually had it for. I just saw that, of course, just then from Sam H, but we've been highlighting the vision. Now you're going to really limit the map for Galaxy Racer. And if you've got all the vision control, that jump it's all they're hoping for from the Dire side. We've seen they can get these multi-hero walls, then they're looking like an incredible team. But if it doesn't go their way, then the fights are being kind of slowly dragging to Radiant's favor.
Have you been keeping an eye on the Elder Titan? We made a discussion with Tsunami beforehand. What's the highest damage that you've seen? I've seen like 700 at one point.
Oh. Who are they jumping on? Yokam's on the high ground. They've got the instant banishment, and now I tell you what, the Nyx Assassin, that's not a great spot to be. Maybe he can burrow, but it's going to fall. Jump in forward, Hex is out. They're going to try and blow up the Templar with the control. Can they get the BKB off? He's going to be able to blow it again onto 4 with the wall drop of the Supernova and Mega. They're in shambles. They're just going to retreat away, but they're not able to. Shadow Team will fall. Mars will drop as well. They find 3. Galaxy Racer continue to hunt on Alacrity. Blink's getting cancelled, but you just see how disorientated they were in a fight like that. In Your Dream, Basher's there, buyback coming through, Mars Lion. Max still got a little bit of the DD, silence there. Meepo. E-Blade needs help. Can he get the... Oh, just in the nick of time, that poof. He's playing it on a knife's edge. This game, 43 minutes in, double buyback on a Mega, now a 2,000 net worth lead.
It was buybacks on not super for heroes for a lot of these team fights. You've still got the one on the Spectre once you've got the gold for it. That timer, it's going to slowly start to tick out, and it's going to overlap for the next Roche spawn, which of course would have either the Refresher Shard or the Aghanim Scepter. I have to think, who could we possibly look to give this over to? You've already got Ag Scepters on so many heroes, it seems, this game. So, maybe Omega and Galaxy Racer are both hoping for something like a Refresher Shard. Having the... you could technically have 6 Banishers come out here with a Demonic Purge. 6 instances of break. Just get every single Meepo, you know, and then a couple others.
What do we feel like the next item is going to be for Polo? Because I honestly think Refresher is probably top tier consideration here. We see Mizu going for... all these fights are down on ultimates. That's what we're getting through literally what feels like the past 25 minutes. And you're more of a lineup that are reliant on your cooldowns. And I think that's where Refresher could come into play.
For me, it's either Refresher or BKB. Because,
Sure.
you know, the Aeon Disc is nice to always be able to get off your Supernova at minimum. But if the TA is just using a trap onto you and getting that silence out, sometimes it's not enough to be able to actually pop the Aeon Disc and get out of that silence. So that could be a pretty key factor in a lot of this.
Mac is so farmed. Look how chubby he is. 624 last hits, 34,000 net worth. He is almost 10k. In fact, he is 10k over the Spectre. Mac is just, oh my lord. But you
Just one-hitting creep waves.
you see that he had to go back for a bit of a defensive item here with the Lincolns. They showed the capability of killing him with that instant hex, or at least controlling him and taking him out of the fight. So now the Lincolns is going to give him some protection. See if Meepo, you know, I guess he can jump in, E-Blade, quickly hex if he's fast enough on the fingers. But Roshan, actually trying to bring it down. The smoke should pop.
Tino's kind of on his
Yokan.
own.
Oh, they see Mac. They're going to start Sunray, Sam H. Great counter with the retaliation. Got to jump in with the Arena now with the Supernova. They haven't been able to bring it down. The rest of Omega towards the western side. Mac, Hurricane Party outside the beat, but the Earth Splitter. It's going to tear apart the Meepo, but he's still alive. Omega, they've lost 2 and haven't found any kills. In Your Dream has a double damage rune to play with in the arsenal. They'll buy back on the Meepo, but they're chasing them up on the high ground. The buybacks galore coming through. They're recognizing the importance of this third Roshan. The Aghanims available. Gonna give that one over. Alacrity's holding it at the moment. But they still fight Tino. He's got cheese. BKB also getting popped. Minute Horn available as well. Looks like that's all said and done with, though. Another incredible fight for Galaxy Racer. What was the damage, though, with the buybacks? It looks like TA and the Meepo forced to buy back there for that fight.
Surprisingly enough as well, they didn't give the Aegis over to the Meepo, which I'm a little concerned about, right? Of course, Spectre, absolutely amazing hero to have it on, just because, you know, you don't have to commit Horn. You can play a little bit more aggressive with the Shadow Step. If they go on you, you've got that buyback. You've got a way to reinitiate. OG won a couple of TIs with that strat. But, at the end of the day, to be caught without buyback, no Aegis to be able to protect you, it's putting a lot of faith in the rest of your team.
That it is. And even though for Omega, just brought back on your Templar Assassin. If Mac gets caught out here, that is a scary prospect. Potentially even a win condition. It's going to come down to ET. I mean, Tino's 12, 3, and 5. So still showing that, you know, he's got what's left in the tank here to try and take them over the edge in this game, at least KDA-wise. But, you know, if Mac falls and that's a dieback, then, you know, it could be a scary prospect to hold with a 9,000 net worth advantage from Galaxy Racer.
So he's damn close to his level 25 as well. I'm assuming that we're going to see the parallel wall come out. He's also got the refresher orb available to himself, so you can see some tic-tac-toe, some knots and crosses come out on the battlefield.
Shadowblade picked up. Wants the Silver's Edge. Okay.
He needs to get on that TA. He knows that he bought back. That is the win condition right now for Galaxy Racer. If they can find the TA somehow, not sure how effective it's going to be when they're just bunkered up inside their own base, but as soon as they venture out, that's when Galaxy Racer are going to look to punish.
What's the
Parallel
gem
wall.
control as well? Okay, Phoenix got the gem right now. Tino? Got some backup. Spike just finds a connection.
Spec.
Purges out. Tries the Manta, but Spec's gonna lose the first life. And now with the Supernova, they're gonna look to reset. Timing it with the Earth Splitter. Silence is there with the follow-up on Mac as well. Where's the protection? Parallel will drop. It's gonna be able to haunt down and away from the aggression on Omega. But back to safety, blink in. Sam H has actually found him. No, in your dream. He didn't disengage with the rest of the
Break on
team.
as well.
Mizu, jump back, shard punch, holding. He's going to even move on forward. Sam H, BKB, Alacrity on the backline. Instantly, Tino evaporated. Alacrity able to find the position one, and Max going to get out. The refresher. Whoa. No, they lose the TA. That's a dieback. Shadow Demon's going to fall as well. And Mega Red crumbling. 3 down. Their hopes of this game 1. It's all on the Elder Titan buyback. That's 4 dead, and Galaxy Racer, they might have just done it. Tino, let's see if the cleave can come into play. The Magic Immunity E-Blade in your dream will just keep his life. Radiant have Glyph, but we're grasping at straws here as the Hex is there. They're not able to follow up, though.
Under attack. Radiant structure.
Honestly, if there's any hero that could do this, it's this position 1 ET. Might want to wait at least that 20 seconds for the line to be available as well, so that if he gets a good stun, you can combo it together with an Earth Spike to make sure that another E-Blade doesn't happen to save in your dream. Still looking scary. Buyback now available on the Shadow Demon.
ET, one of the best heroes to defend your base. The issue is you're going to have TA down for 60 seconds. The Mars as well. Buyback in 45 here for Sam H. Yo,
Be careful here. You can't
great
just give
catch.
up your life.
Oh, Tino actually. Okay, they give up the Nyx Assassin live. Tino rips him apart. See all this damage, plus 547. And they're actually going to look to try and reset heroes. They want this top tier 2 towers. You're recognizing this is the only thing standing in their way for potential mega creep. So a mega... they will hold for another day.
Alright. Stay with me here. 60-minute game. Tier 5 items. What are the ones that we want to see? I want to see that Giant's Ring.
When 9 minutes bit too fast. But I want to see it too. I'm all for a 60-minute game. Like, you just give me that 60-minute game. We've seen what a Mega can do. Yeah, they came back. The fact that they're able to come back previously, 22,000 gold down, 2 full sets of barracks advantage. Now this time, it's a little bit more of an advantage in the net worth. They've done it before. Can they do it again?
A little sus, to be honest. We started talking about tier 5 items, and then in your dream immediately starts spamming out the Suns fan emotes, you know? We all know he's a bit of a fiend for him.
All right, let's see. We got some time.
AC
Do we want to...
picked up now.
Oh, Rapier's queued up on the TA.
You need this AC. Like, he is tired of being basically 3-hit by this Elder Titan. He needs armor for himself, and finally he's got it.
Yeah, that's big. Not only for him, but also, of course, the team. That bonus armor going to be really impactful. I believe I just saw a refresher for Polo-san as well. So has opted into the mass team fight. We're closing in on some very, very important 25s. You know, Phoenix is about a quarter away from that one.
Yeah, I mean, against basically nearly every other lineup, that extra Sunray damage would be huge. You've already got the Holy Locket, of course, so you're going to be healing so much to your team. But all of this damage is burst on Omega. You know, you've got the TA, you've got the Meld, you've got the ET, who's going to be bashing the hell out of you. So, is that going to be enough? I know it's a ton of healing, but still, is it going to be enough? That's my big question.
How close to some of the buyback cooldowns are we as well? TA and Meepo shy of gold, but their buyback's going to be up in about a minute 20 here. I guess the importance is also going to be that glyph timer as well from Radiant. It's going to be up in a minute 40, but I guess all eyes on the potential Roshan spawn. We're just going to try and stall this one out as Radiant bunk it up inside the base.
That bloody Stormcrafter. They're smoked, they're running past a creep wave, and it just zaps it a couple of times, and I'm pretty sure I saw a ping on the map, so they know exactly what's happening.
But they're not grouped up. So gotta be careful right now, Omega. Sure they do not get caught out. Lion has been able to reclaim the gem as well, so at least for their control, mainly inside the base, because they're never really going to get out. But you do see they actually do just that with the top observer ward, kind of the Tinker ward. This might reveal actually Omega are going to look to try and take a fight around that vicinity once Galaxy Racer push through top and get that tier 2 tower. In fact, they're actually smoking outside the base here.
know, this is where they need to go to try and end the game. So, makes sense. So got a Rapira queued up here by Mac. He's close to being able to pick it up. But not sure if he wants to. That buyback's available in another 10 seconds or so. And I can't realistically see which item he would drop. Maybe pop the BKB and move stuff around? I don't know. But it's that kind of game, you know? It feels like if they're going to win one of these team fights, it's just being able to catch someone out with overwhelming damage before they're able to get off their key cooldowns.
Do like what Omega have been able to do, though. That observe ward to the top side of the Roche pit, it's going to be so important. And, well, unfortunately for them, Roche, it's going to respawn in 5 seconds. The quick spawn that it is. I mean, Radiant have their lanes in a relatively decent spot. And the Elder Titan, it's always solid to be able to scout this out. 4 throws through the game. How's this going to be able to impact? Jump in, CML, instantly on the Phoenix, but he's got the Aeon Disc. Polo Sun controlled up with the spears here. Going to be able to get the protection off. Yes, just in the nick of time. The Supernova. Now with the backline, they'll deal with both the supports. Banishment will keep the Shadow Demon alive, but all the ultimates have been used. It's a glove-like streak for In Your Dream, as they've also been able to control up Mac. There's no help for the Templar Assassin. They've got some buybacks, but you just see 30,000 deficit. They're unable to take these team fights. The abilities are just shining right now for Galaxy Racer.
They don't know that Roche is up yet, so, you know, maybe they might think to go for it, or they could just force out the buybacks and then hope for it, because, you know, Arena was used, Finger not, but it's looking pretty ominous for them right now. 56 minutes in. They're looking to end the game before any kind of tier 5 shenanigans could potentially put things a bit more back in Omega's favor.
Sam H? He's already blinked in the tree line. Meanwhile, looks like Alacrity. Eyes on the prize. Roche is up, the 4th one. Who do we give the Ags to? Who do we give the Refresher Shard to as well?
Everyone has an Ags already. Galaxy Racer. So just free up someone's spot. I guess the Spectre, right?
Yep, looks like he's going to do that. Guess he can get a little...
Get that, sell that, get a Moon Shard.
Oh, hold a thought. Sam H down bot. He's got to be careful here if they can get the initial stun. Where's the protection? Shadow Demon a bit too far away. They're going to jump in with the Spectre as well. Mizu back onto 3. Refresher popped as well. Bye-bye Lion. He doesn't have a buyback. Shanks as well is going to get caught out. They won't have the supports for the defense. No buybacks.
Ooh. I'm not sure if even the TA wants to buy back for that, right? Like, it feels like you're between a rock and a hard place. At 57 minutes, they're not even caring about that last lane. They know those buybacks were already used.
Oh.
It's the effect of that AC.
Jurkam onto 3. Back wall. Jurkam might have just done it. The Supernova inside the fountain. They're even diving in this game 1. Look at them go. Your fountain's supposed to be your home, but not this game. They've got to call it quits. Finally, a 50,000 net worth lead is when we'll see Galaxy Racer take this game 57 minutes in as well.
I mean, you love to see the Elder Titan pos 1, but you also love to see some Darkseer play like that. That was absolutely phenomenal coming through from Mizu. Getting out of the shadow of, you know, his old time as a carry. Getting out of old mate European Miracles shadow as well. But what a deserving victory for Galaxy Racer. What an entertaining game of Dota. And I'm sure the series will continue with that.
Oh, if... this series has to go to a game 3, right? Like, it just has to. I want more of this Dota. 65 kills, 57 minutes in. This is the last life for both these teams. The lower bracket fighting it out, and Galaxy Racer able to kind of, you know, settle the tide here. They were down a decent amount, but they were able to come back, have this advantageous team fight, take game 1. I'm going to send it to over a break where we'll have the panel break it down.